Charles Wagner,
David Henze-Skogan,
Matt McIntosh.
Youngblood Brass Band is basically a band with the instrumentation of a New Orleans brass band, but we play music that is largely influenced by hip-hop music, by more modern jazz, by Afro-Caribbean music, by rock and punk music. It's quite aggressive music.
The band got together when we were all students in high school. We started it out because we were excited about music, but we didn't feel like we had enough outlets at the school itself to do what we wanted to do.
Our early outlets for performances were at their high school. Well, some days the marching band would not play, so we would show up whether they asked us to or not.
Well, it's always been an important part of our mission statement that we like to get into the schools and we like to spread the word not only just about New Orleans culture and about where the origin of our music comes from, but also just to let them know about our personal story and how we started out in high school together and how we decided to create our own opportunities, which eventually led to creating our own music, which became something that we all really loved and that a lot of kids don't seem to realize is an option for them. They feel like if the school doesn't offer it, then it's not something that they can do. And that's how we present it in America, but over here it's got the added bonus of being where, yeah, it's like we're cultural ambassadors and we can describe, there's this awesome place in America called New Orleans and they do this a little differently there than they do everywhere else.
It's been through music that I've discovered everything else that I like, pretty much in the universe. And hip-hop was the thing that led me to consider the world a lot more seriously by listening to people like The Roots and Talib Kweli and Mos Def and KRS-One and De La Soul and all this stuff. It occurred to me that they were making music from a place where they were not just articulating the world around them, they were trying to know as much as possible about the world around them. And yeah, it wasn't until that time in my life when I was like, I should really start reading up on that. I should read books. Something like hip-hop, which sometimes is viewed as a culture that can bring a lot of negatives, at least by people that don't understand it. It was the number one thing that got me involved in almost every type of thing that's considered the liberal arts. Definitely those things, jazz and hip-hop, that made me want to try to be smarter, basically. Failing, maybe. Through touring over the years, that's how we've met almost all of our best musician friends. And through those people, it's been how we've been turned on to the most amount of new music. I don't spend a lot of time scouring the blogs and the magazines and iTunes and all this stuff for new music. I rely on our network of friends to tell me when I need to hear something. Be critical enough and aware enough so that what you're trying to do is make a sound that no one's making.
Make sure that you take the initiative. That it's too simple when you have an upstart group of people where nobody wants to be the one who drives the bus, and where everybody's just kind of waiting for somebody else to have an idea or somebody else to get the gig or somebody else to write the song. But you have to be extremely proactive to get anything done, and you should basically assume that if you don't do it, then nobody else will.
Remember that you're having fun, and that fun can be had not only by having it be a great party, but because you have practiced your ass off and you know exactly what you're doing and it's good and you know it, and don't forget that it's good and that you know that it's good. Be proud of it and have fun. Remember, you're with your boys or your girls, whatever the band is made up of. That's what I'd say.
If you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong.